Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So, I was really thinking that your schedule is 12:30 to 1:30 as clarified kaninang umaga, no, as clarified earlier. So maybe I misheard it. Maybe you guys have thought it was 1:30 to 2:30. So again, let me clarify. It's 1:30 to 2:30, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Because I've heard earlier it's 12:30, so I logged in 12:30 and no one there. So after 30 minutes, I logged out. So I initiated to log back in by 1:30 because I suppose 1:13 talaga siya. Okay. Now, anyway, before we begin with our oral recitations, do you have any other further clarifications the about the requirements, about the submissions, about the deadlines, and any other related to the course clarifications. Anyone would like to raise? Wala na. So tatlo lang kayo nag-log in. So asa na yung iba? Naunsa na sila? It's been 17 at no, 45, 30, 40. Okay, it's almost 15 minutes na wala paghihapon sila. Okay? So, kayong tatlo wala ng clarifications? No any further queries?
No,
None for
sir.
me, sir.
No. Okay, very good. Now, let's begin with our oral recitation for Module 2. Okay? So, among the three of you, who will go first? Hello? Who would like to go first? So, tatlo lang kayo. So, dalion lang nato niyo. So, ang katong the rest, zero. Bahala sila silang kinabuhi. Okay? Before we begin, let me ask you, how many were able, how many students voted for this hour? Everyone?
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello. Yes, I can hear you, Chris. How many students have voted for this hour?
I guess, sir, it's 19, sir, since it was the majority and um 37 kasi yung nakalog in doon sa GC, sir, tapos di-divide ko into 2, which is 19, tapos na nag-exceed na siya ng 19, sir, so stop ko na yung votation, which is the majority says that 1:30 to 2:30 will be our new schedule every Wednesday.
Okay. Because
And
total enrolled students for this subject is 41. So, pero naglampas sa 20 ang nag-vote sa karon nga oras.
19 yun, sir, 19.
19 and then you close the the
Yes,
the the pool already.
yes, sir, kasi
Mm.
37 lang yung enrolled, ay, 37 lang yung nasa GC, sir.
Okay. So maybe there are students who are not yet added on the GC. So meron pang maybe apat
Yes,
na
sir,
students na wala sa
and
GC.
then may mga nag na raise din ng concern, sir, kasi meron din silang conflict of schedule, which is meron din silang class by 1:30 to 2:30 din, sir.
Okay. Okay lang yung may klase ng 1:30 to 2:30 because anyway, we're going to record this and we'll upload this later on in your LMS. So the rest of the class who are not available in this hour can actually listen and could actually take notes with our discussions on this. And then for those students who are not available today, tomorrow in our live chat session, we will still follow the original schedule, which is 8 to 9. Okay? 8 to 9 in the morning. So, yung collaboration meeting lang natin every Wednesday are moved to 1:30 to 2:30. But for the live chat session, would still be the same 8 to 9 a.m. Okay, just to give time for those students who have conflict schedule every 1:30 to 2:30. Kasi even in our live chat session, we do still have oral recitations there. So we'll prioritize for those who have conflict schedule for 12:30 to 1:30 to 2:30. Okay? Well, anyway, so dumami na kayo, 6 na yung nag-log in. Okay, so now let me by the way, Joaquin, can you please screenshot those who voted for this hour, the 19 students who voted for this hour, screenshot their names, and then can you please email it to me so that I have a basis kung sino yung tatawagin ko for this hour and sino yung tatawagin ko for the live chat session. Okay? You can do that later.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
No problem. All right, so let's start with our recitation. So, balik umalis yung dalawa. Okay? Anyway, who will go first? Okay, any volunteer?
Sir, anong module po tayo ngayon?
Module 2.
Module 2.
Yes, kasi second exam coverage na tayo. So, it's module 2. So, let's
Yes.
forget the module 1 na. Okay?
Noted.
Sige. So, this
Okay.
is your code. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your code is 3179. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
3179. Okay. Just for my class record, let me hold on. Give me a second to rename this. 3179. Okay. Okay. How will go first? Volunteer. Since tatlo na lang kayo na iwan. Okay. So volunteer, anyone? So that we can finish early. Or wala, no? Kasi mali.
I'll go first.
Okay, you'll go first. Okay, April. All right. Now, let's talk about the part 1 of your module 2, the classical philosophies used in business. So under the classical philosophies used in business, we have 7 philosophies used in business settings. So among these 7 philosophies, can you give me one and have an example on how these philosophies are applied in a business setting?
Among the ethics or philosophies discussed in the module, I find Confucius' philosophy striking. So this is because he said that he suggested that life is a concept of simpleness rather than making it complicated. So we all know right now, world is so complicated, business is so complicated, but he stated that the moral qualities of our existence is based on humanness, benevolence, love, goodness, and goodness. So we all need that in order for us to survive in this life. And then when applied to business, showing love and goodness to your colleague, you'll be able to gain respect, especially when you are the boss or you are the leader. So instead of having complication or complicated relationships with them, it's best to show goodness and love and humanness to them. That way, you'll have a peaceful work environment.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's it? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right, that is correct. Now, under the Confucius ethical philosophy, it is actually talking about the connotation or the keywords there is you need to live a contented, moral, and happy life. Now, in business setting, how are we going to use this in business setting is that if you have noticed, you have this particular manager when they relay new strategies and when they relay what they call this tasks to everyone, they will teach you how to make it simple and how you will going to appreciate every day in and day out work related activities in your business. And that particular manager practiced the Confucianism, the ethics of philosophy. I mean, philosophical ethics of Confucius. And that is actually what the Confucius were trying to consider. I mean, trying to uncover. And sometimes as well, this is through talking or let's just say open forum in a work setting where managers tries to open up to its employees, and employees as well are encouraged to open up on how to make their lives easier and be contented with what they do. Because some of the managers, as part of our motivational strategies, we always wanted our employees to be happy and contented with what they are receiving and what they are doing in an organization. And that's what we can gauge loyalty. I mean, that is when we can gauge satisfaction and loyalty from our employees. And that particular activities undergone in one business setting is what we call Confucius philosophical ethics or ethical philosophies. Okay? Very good. Now, next, let's have, since tatlo lang kayo, si Joaquino.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, aside from Confucius, what strikes you the most from classical philosophies that can be applied, or that is applied or observed, or you have experienced in a business setting?
For me, sir, I guess it would be the classical philosophy of Socrates, which is dare to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a working environment, sir, not all that you followed are right. Sometimes powerful people uses their power to persuade other people, even though it is wrong to the well-being or the welfare of the company itself, sir. So if you have a morality in yourself, you should know when to follow or when to disagree with the decisions that has been made, because not all decisions based on our first module, sir, na, on the let's analyze, is not all legal or moral. So I guess this is one that has been striking me a lot, sir. The Socrates one, classical philosophies.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now talking about the Socrates way of dare to disagree. Now, if you're going to read the full context of it, because this is a too summarized or simplified in nature, no. Now, talking about the dare to disagree, this is actually giving more value on our human dignity and how we perceive ourselves and how we give value or worth to ourselves and our embedded human rights that we have the capability of, we have the power, or we have the leverage, or let's just say we have the freedom to think what is best for ourselves. That's why sometimes, even if everyone agrees, some people would disagree to what you are saying or to what you are doing. And this is actually also goes with the saying that you cannot please everyone, because in a business setting, whether you believe it or not, the managers or the management leaves you no choice but rather to follow what they have been telling you to do so. Okay? So in a business setting, the Socrates way of dealing with the management style are somewhat like more isolated to the top management level or to the managers, not much more onto the mere employee or rank and file employees. However, among the level of the rank and file employees, you can also practice the dare to disagree when you do your specific task. Okay, for example, in our jobs descriptions, the last item there in our jobs descriptions are whatever additional job or what other activities your immediate supervisor requires you to do so. So that is an open-ended and very open for many interpretation job description. Reason why, whether you believe it or not, or if you do experience this, when your manager asks you to do that, is actually, you can say that this is actually beyond my job description. But when we talk about technicalities, that is part in your job description, because anything that your immediate supervisor will tell you or will ask you to do would be form part of your job description. Reason why, we have so many cases in the labor codes where one employee are being transferred automatically to one department to another, especially for those in a restaurant or service business, na, di ba? Matingala ka, you were hired as a cashier, Pero after that, i-assign na po ka sa kitchen, i-assign na po ka sa floor, i-assign na po ka sa order, i-assign na po ka sa drive-thru, and so on and so forth. Why? Because that is part in our job's description. And that is actually the limitation of the Socrates philosophy under the business. But as an employee, you do have the rights to say no, but you need to face with the consequences for least priority, for promotion, and even termination if you're not going to follow, because that would somehow justifies insubordination to your immediate supervisor. So, sir, question, when was the time that we do have the power to practice the Socrates philosophy and business ethics? Now, if that is actually a question of life and death, and if it is only in the verge of legality and criminal act, then that's the time that you can exercise the dare to disagree of whatever your immediate supervisor asks you to do. Are we clear on that? I hope since you are all HR major, you knew this well, no, in practice and even in theory. Okay? So thank you. So let's have Bayot. Chrysaline.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Now, among
Hello?
other, yes, I can hear you. Now, aside from those two cited by your two classmates, what else? What classical
For me,
conditioning
sir,
theory?
the Plutarch, be a good role model.
Mm-hmm. The Plato. The Plato ba?
Yes, sir.
Plutarch. Sorry.
The
Okay, Plutarch.
Plutarch.
Mhm.
Yes po.
Can you elaborate on how these
Yeah.
are being applied in your experience?
Um, being a good role model is someone who is always positive, calm, confident in the job. Or if you are a good role model, you must show respect and concerns with others. And what else? If you show respect and concern with others, then um, you'll be much you'll be also respected in return. And
Okay.
it's normal that everyone notices if you are taking people for granted. But if you are showing respect to them, then they will remember that you are a good person, and so they will respect you. That's all.
Okay. Sige. Hold on. You are Dayot, no? Sorry, ha?
Yes, sir. Bayot, sir.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Give me a moment. Kasi I was just going to record. Okay. Now, Plutarch. Okay. Now, talking about Plutarch, how this model or theory or ethical philosophy are being applied in a business setting. Now, I believe that you've already, or it is actually very repetitive in nature of you've hearing this multiple times that once you're a leader, you need to set as a good example and a role model to everyone. Why is that so? Why is that there is some quotations doing like that? And why is it that being a manager or being a leader, it is embedded for us to behave such way? Because this is coming from the Plutarch um, classical or ethical philosophy. Because human as we are social being. Meaning of the social being, our behavior, our attitude is adapted from our surroundings and to our idols or models. Okay, whether you believe it or not, we all have that. Who are your idols is somewhat like the things that you would like also to do or following their direction or following their footsteps. Okay? Even with you, 'di ba yung mga idol ninyo na artista kung unsa ilang mga ginasuot, unsa ilang mga ginagamit, you also use the same products, you also use the same textile and styles and even fashion. Because that is who we are and that is our you know, innate characteristics as a human being because we are social creatures, okay? We are molded based on our social interaction and social environments. So, reason why, whether you believe it or not, or if you have noticed rather, during elementary and high school, if you are an elementary and high school teacher, there are many ethical conduct for good practices, good manners, and even image ethical considerations are considered. Why, sir? Nganong ang mga teacher sa public, nganong ang mga teacher sa elementary and high school, bawal man makita sa Facebook nga nag-two-piece, bawal makita sa mga bar nga hubog, wasted, and so on and so forth. Why is it they are very, very strict on that? Because remember, they are teaching primary and secondary education, meaning these are all foundations, these are all basic knowledge, where these students are actually in the age bracket or in the what they call this, in the era where they're trying to mimic their idols. That's why if you have noticed, di ba, pag interview nimo ang mga bata nga naa sa elementary, ang gusto nila nga maging dako is majority maging teacher, some maging engineer, some maging doctor, because based on their idols, they wanted to mimic that. They wanted to copy as a social creatures. Reason why in a business context, as a manager, when you get promoted as a manager, there are separate training for personality development and even embedded corporate dressing, corporate attitude, corporate behavior that you need to practice because you are considered the role model of your subordinates, and their respect and your behavior can be copied by your subordinates. That's why moana ta usahay nganong mga sabaan man kay na sila nya moana dayon ta ay kay ang ilahang magong leader sabaan pud. So mo nang sabaan pud ang iyahang mga teammates. That particular observation is what we call Plutarch classical or ethical philosophies. That's why we need to practice to be a good role model so that our subordinates will also follow the same thing. Okay? So, murag sa inyo ha, diba? Normal class setting. Okay? Pag first day sa school or first week sa school, dili mo manulod. Ngano man, because in practice, majority of the teacher, dili mo sulod og first day. Okay, I'm not saying all ha, majority or some na inyuhang na experience, dili mo sulod sa first day. And then pag abot sa first week, karon nga adlaw lahi akong teacher, ugma lahi na pud akong teacher. So pagka next term ning anak gihapon, so dili na lang sa mo musulod og first week. Kay mao na siya ang inyuhang nakagawian. And that is actually what we call Plutarch, classical philosophy. Okay, and as a social being, we adopt those behavior, patterned behavior, because that is our considered model or basis for our behavior. Okay, so any clarifications from the class?
Sir, for example, sir, if you are a teacher and you wear a beach, tapos di ba sir, suoton sa beach is mga bikini, one piece, two piece, mga two piece. Paano mo siya mag-distinguish, sir, paano mo siya separate yung job mo sa personal life mo, sir?
Okay, now you are referring to the teacher of primary and secondary. Okay, because in tertiary education, we don't care at all, no? So, primary and secondary, yes. Actually, part of their contract, it is not written on their contract. However, they are highly discouraged, no? And then sometimes they are called out by their principals if they have seen wearing bikinis in beaches and then i-post. It's because ang mga student, especially if there are students na nag-follow sa ilaha, that's the tendency na sundugon po sa mga students. And, you know, based on our culture here in the Philippines, we are very Maria Clara in a facade way. Now, why, Sir Maria Clara, in the facade way? Kita ang grabe ka Diyos noon, kita ang grabe ka, kumbaga, not liberated, kita ang grabe ka meticuloso, kita ang grabe ka, kung sa tawag, ani, very conservative culture in Asia. Pero in Asia, kita ang naay pinakataas og teenage pregnancy and unwanted pregnancy. Okay, so imagine. So mo nang ang term na ginagamit is the facade reality of conservatism. So, well, whether you believe it or not, because this bureaucracy are being managed by old people. And these old people are not too open when it comes to liberalization of one's choice, but rather based on their perennialism approach. Meaning of perennialism approach, kung ano yung nakagawian nila, yun ang policy na ini-impose nila to the organization. So naaba mo'y nakita sa DepEd na mga bata, na mga superintendent, di ba, wala mga tiguang tanan. So for now, they don't allow it. They highly discourage it. Okay, because it is not part in the module, and even in LET exam, it is included as part of the examination for ethical conduct as our teachers' role model to their students. Okay, so part yun na siya, so we cannot do that. Okay, the same way in school. Okay, sir, nganong sa school bawal man mag-spaghetti, bawal mag-tube. Nga university man, matured naman tatanan, so we can wear anything because it is our expression of our fashion style. It is our rights to wear whatever we want. Why nga nung bawal sa school? O same ra pud na siya sa intention sa DepEd. Nga nung bawal mag-two-piece bisag naa sa dagat, even if they are inappropriate places like beach, swimming pools, and so on. So, bawal mag-post. Bawal ma-post. Ana siya. And then, kung ilahang i-post, ilang ipang-hide. Or i-only me nila or only close friends, ana lang. Katong mga trusted friends lang nila. So, ipang-hide nila sila mga manager and so on and so forth. Okay? So, sir, kung i-hide na ko sa amuang manager, sa akong co-teachers, and sa akong mga students, dili na ba ko ma-judge? Dili na. Why? Because based on the anti-data privacy law, the moment you hide it to someone and then someone actually have a copy of it, that is illegal possession of the evidence. So therefore, it is not susceptible in court. So pwede ra to siya maabsuelto. Kaya nga nganong nakakay copy nga wala man ti kagi-allow nga magkuha ana nga copy. But if you post it publicly, then anyone can have it as an evidence because you allow them to have it kasi nakapublic siya. Okay? So, ni ana ang Data Privacy Act natin. Because of the Data Privacy Act, now some of the teachers can post pero only friends ang makakita. And kahit merong only friends, they even customize who can view your post. So, with that, so kung ako ang manager and then wala ko nakakita kay iyang gi-hide sa kuha pero ang akong kauban, friends sila sa Facebook, nakita niya and then ang manager ang nireklamo, then that is illegal possession of evidence. It's because wala man ti kagi-allow managers nga na-copy ana only ang katong teacher, akong kauban sa trabaho. Dapat ang reklamo ang katong kauban sa trabaho, which is I allowed to have a copy of my photo, which is bawal ba or dili ba allowed sa ato ang organization. So ning ana siya. Okay, it's very complicated. It is still debatable as of this moment when it comes to that context. However, talking about the Plutarch ethical philosophies, that is how it is. As you become a manager, you need to be a set example of the role model. Another one, even employees. Why is it schools are not allowed? Wearing school uniforms in other places like bars, restaurant, kaya ikaw ang nag-serve na maligya sa sidewalk na naka-school uniform, nganong bawal? Because it will tarnish the organization's name. Or it is somewhat like degrading to the organization's name because you are only allowed to wear a uniform inside the premises of the school. Outside of it, you don't have the right to wear it. So, mo na siya ang embedded under sa Morphy Law sa mga state use and colleges. Okay? So, in order to avoid those, because UM understand that majority of our students are working students and it's too very not convenient to them to have a uniform, to bring uniform para from work, mag-ilis na pud mo, mag-uniform and so on. So, UM decided to have no uniforms at all. Okay, monang, you can wear anything. However, there are restrictions as to the fashion or allowable dress code inside the campus. Yun lang yung limitation. Okay? So, wala na question. So, as much as I love to discuss the other topics, but I limit myself kasi this is recorded and then this will be posted in your LMS later. So, kung ako ang i-discuss dito tanan, wala na ko'y mapangutana nga for recitation sa ubang student. Kay ila namang mapaminawan, so ilang balikon og istorya sa ako or sulti ang answer. So, okay, so sorry for that. Well, anyway, next time around, even my explanation on the other theories that will be asked to your classmate tomorrow are available in your group chat kasi makita man niyo dito ang chat history nato. So you can actually read it. Okay? So yun lang. So since wala naman dyan nag-login, ambot asa tong uban, bahala sila. Okay? Basta ang inyong oral recitation, again, class, oral recitation is additional points for your grade. Klaro? So meaning buffer ninyo siya. So sir, unfair sa uban sir nga dili available karon para asa ang oral recitation. Part ba siya sa grade? Buffer lang ni siya. So ani ang ato ang grading system. 60% is for your exams. So mauna siya ang inyuhang first to final exam. 10% first to third exam, so that's 30%, and 30% final exam. Tapos, ang 40% is your activity submissions and academic prompts. Okay? So, mauto siya tanan ang 40%. So, kung wala mo yung submission, you lose 40% o di mabagsak, jud ka. Okay? So, sir, para asa man yung oral recitation, sir, kung nakatubag mi sa pangutana, these oral recitation would be your buffer. For example, naka-oral mo, and then bagsak mo sa first exam. Ang inyong grade sa oral recitation, per oral recitation is 10 points. So let's just say naamoy 5 points sa first oral, naka-answer mo isa ka oral. And then ang item sa first exam kay 30, ang inyong score kay 10. So naa kay 5 points sa oral recitation. Akong itapal dito ang 5 sa imuhang 10 nga score to make it 15 para at least ang imuhang score 15 over 30 sa first exam. Or kung asa mo na ay kulang sa inyong exam. So sir, question, kung naami tanan taga-oral sir, naami points tanan sir, let's just say na perfect na mo ang oral. Let's just say, okay, hypothetical. Na perfect na mo ang oral sir, out of ano siya sir, 8 orals, nami 80 points sir. And then wala mi first exam sir. Okay lang sir. O okay lang kay itapal na ko dito ang inyong points sa inyong first exam para mo pasar mo. Okay? Or kung wala mo nakasubmit og mga assessment submissions or activities, dito na ko itapal ang inyong oral recitation. Okay? So, katong mga wala diri, like 19 mo kabuok nag-yes, tulura mo na, katong 16, di na to nako sila tawagon. Kaya ang akong tawagon tomorrow would be katong naa sa listahan nga wala nagboto ani nga oras. That's why I am waiting, Wakino, kung sino yung mga nag-vote for this hour and sino yung mga hindi nag-vote. Kasi during the live chat session, ang akong tawagon lang is katong mga wala nag-vote ani na oras. Sa every Wednesday, ang akong tawagon is ang katong mga nag-vote ani na oras. So kung absent sila, o di zero. Okay, so wala sila buffer. Okay, pero wala na siya labot sa attendance ha. Kaya dili ko nag-attendance. So, perfect attendance. Sir, question.
Question,
Yeah.
question
Go
sir.
ahead, okay.
Saan ko ipapasa po yung screenshot sir?
You can just email it to me na lang.
Another concern sir, yung mga, for example sir, nagpa-poll ako tapos hindi naman lahat ng 37 na nasa GC sir nag-participate to vote. So, for example sir, 19 lang yung nag-participate 19 yung nag-vote sa 132. Then sa 12:30 to 30, let's say nag-vote na 6 sir tapos yung the rest hindi sila nag-participate sir. What is the remedy for that?
Okay, so there are who are abstain in the votation. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
no
Yes,
worries.
sir.
Basta ang akong i-priority na tawagon for this hour alone are those 19. Ang katong dili 19 is dito sila sa live chat.
Last question, sir. For tomorrow's live chat session, sir, yung mga hindi part ng 19 students na nag-vote sa 130 to 230, sir, same pa rin yung criteria sa oral presentation, sir, like 10 points kung tama nila yung question mo, sir.
Yes, oo. Kasi para fair. Kasi we cannot deduct it, no? Kasi we will be using the same time na 8 to 9, yung
Yes.
original time talaga natin. So, yun lang. So, sila. You know, the drawbacks in the live chat, it's because there are very time-bounded. So, dapat, while mag-ask ko question, paspas sila mag-type. And remember, in typing compared to talking, mas ma-express mo yung self via talking rather than typing kasi you are time-bounded in typing. So, konti lang ang imuhang ma-cite na example or maybe you cannot actually put an example, ma-define lang mo and so on. So, limited. So, mo lang na siya ang drawback nila. So, dapat they are very concise with their thoughts when they reply to my questions tomorrow. Okay? So, ni Ana. Kasi I prepared questions na for them para kasi easier for me, para copy-paste na lang ko, diretso din ko makapost sa question. Okay? Because it will take time. Okay? So, ang nakagwapo po aning audio, it's because paspas ta mahuman. Samantalang sa chat, dugay mahuman. So, kung mahuman na ang 1 hour, kung kinsa lang to ako naabtan og tawag, mao lang jud to ang ako ang natawag. So, thank you ang uban nga wala natawag. Okay? So, ana lang siya. Okay? So, next time na pud sila. Next chance na pud sila pagka next week. Yes, ano nuevo?
Actually, regarding siya sa activity sa module 1, sir, okay lang mag-ask.
Siya, go ahead.
Yung case bitaw, sir, na gipangaya sa activity 1, which is the same for the exam, okay lang ba na wala na ako gi-upload ang katong case paper critic na ako sa first activity since uploaded na siya sa exam? Nag-worry magud ko, sir, kay basin maapektuhan ng safe assign bitaw, sir?
Yeah, that is correct. On my instruction, diba, on the exam, if you have uploaded already the case on the activity 1, no need to submit it on the exam portion. But if you haven't submitted yet your case analysis on the activity 1, you need to submit it on the exam portion. So, sir, question, how about the let's check asa na mo isubmit? So, for example, kung nakasubmit na ka sa case sa activity 1, ang let's check nimo, isubmit nimo dito sa exam. Clear? Pero kung nakasubmit ka dito sa exam sa imuhang case, ang activity 1 nimo na let's check, isubmit nimo dito sa activity 1 dito sa first exam coverage. So, ana siya. Which one lang? Kasi I've already defaulted na ang first exam ninyo would be the case analysis found on your activity 1. Diba? So, na dito, along with the let's check. So, kung wala mo yung let's check dito, case lang inyo na submit, I presume sa exam ang inyong gisubmit ang let's check. So, easier for me to check. Okay, to validate. So, okay lang na. Ato lang. That's correct. Kaya kung gi-upload nimo siya sa activity 1 nimo and then gi-upload po nimo siya sa exam, 100% ang similarity index, ana, because they will going to read whatever uploaded in the LMS as part of the similarity index. So, sir, question, what if, sir, kung naay nanundog sa ako na classmate and then nakauna kog submit, don't worry because the similarity index will read both of your work. So, dili lang siya one-sided na dito lang siya sa PCAS mo basa, then sa imuha ka nakauna kag-submit, dili na siya mo basa. Automatic, your similarity index as well will be changed. Meron kang separate report na nag-duplicate ang imuhang idea or submissions from the other students. Kaya, sa similarity index nimo dito, na nakabutang dito, student source. Okay? Student paper, rather. So, meaning sa student paper, nagsinundugan na mo sa inyong mga classmate. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sige. All right, so that's it, everyone. So, see you again next week and
Sir?
or tomorrow. Yes,
Sir?
sir.
Last question, sir. What if, sir, kung naglagpas ng 30% yung plagiarism mo sa first exam?
kung naglampas ng 30% ang plagiarism sa first exam, then the corresponding deductions will be mandated kasi supposedly dili siya dapat dawaton. So since it is an exam, then there is a deduction. Okay, percentage. Okay, bracket
Yes,
lang.
sir. Thank you, sir.
For example, if your similarity index is above 50%, then your deduction would be 50%. If your similarity index is 31%, so sir, 1% lang ang nilampas sa 30 na allowable, then therefore your deduction is 31%. Kasi you are no longer excused or immune with the 30% bracket. Pero if your similarity index below 30 or 30, then there is no deduction. Okay, so ning ana siya. So sir, what if 22%, 32%, sir, dili 2% lang ang i-deduct, sir, since the 30% is the allowable parameter? No. The 32% will be deducted because supposedly, dili na siya dapat i-accept. But since it is an exam, so part of the leniency, I will accept it. However, your immunity for the 30% parameter will be eliminated and you will be deducted by 32%. So therefore, sigurado na bagsak. Kasi 100 items, good thing kung maka 100 ka. So minus 32, so naa kay 68% na grado, maximum. Pero what if kung dili ka 100%, minus 32% pa, so mas mo gamay ang grade. So might as well, make sure na dili mo lang pa sa 30%. Okay? If that is an exam. So avoid copy-paste talaga. Paraphrase everything.
Noted, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay? Sige, that's it. So see you again tomorrow, or would like to hear as well of you tomorrow. So everyone are still enjoined to participate tomorrow's activity. Okay? Tomorrow's
Yes,
live
sir, yes.
presentation. Okay, thank you everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.